Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Oops, we're going to get a brief black screen because in all of my talking off screen I forgot to update the score. White is up 1-0 over DJimmi, or DJimmi. Upper right hand corner, we got DJimmi starting as the red Protoss. Bottom right hand corner, we got White starting as the white Protoss. Appropriate color. And this is on Blitzwire. Great map from ASL. Really, I love the creativity of the maps recently. Granted, we have the very uncreative eggs, but nice, pretty gears go in weird directions. What are they even doing there? They're maybe keeping this thing afloat somehow? Who knows? Anyway, you got a nearby third that's somewhat near a northern incursion location. But what makes this interesting is you can see this incursion point is very, very narrow. Very, very narrow. This is a very narrow... And this is the fastest route. So you can see we're just 2 Zealots or a Psystorm that blankets everything, or Reaver impacts in here will wreck any sort of army trying to field this direction. You got all these kind of, what are these even? Solar panels? Why are they spinning? Why do you need to spin? Sunlight's not going anywhere. And then they have this island expansion area over this direction. So you could drop a probe off and do interesting stuff off Reaver. I don't know. And then you got this big mid area out here to the left. So it's like difficult to reinforce that 9 o'clock base from both, and it's 2-player on top of that. It's just a fun, interesting map that I think creates fun, interesting games. In the meantime, we are seeing a gateway assimilator opening for Jimmy upper right hand corner. We are seeing the same build opposite side from White. White being a little bit cheeky here. So I guess he's just looking for proxies. He felt like he had a strong enough win in game 1 that his opponent might try to cheese him. So he's just making sure that he's not running up against a proxy 2 gate wise to do so before advancing with that probe along the corridor. We do not have a scout out yet for Jimmy. In fact, we've already got a second pylon down. Not doing the so not building an initial zealot to defend. It looks like he wants to go straight to cybernetics core. He actually has gone, so there's Cybernetics Core, had an idle worker right there. So 2 pylon into Cybernetics Core, no Zealot to start. We do have a defensive Zealot out for White. And let's see if he actually marches that Zealot up, seeing that there's no defensive Zealot in the opposite end. Would not be shocked to see that. White microing his way around, keeping an eye on absolutely everything. Yeah, that Zealot is in fact making its way forward. Cybernetics Core morphing behind this. It's going to come out somewhat later, but depending on how much chaos, and I kind of like that the Zealot is out in the field because you can kind of do, as far as a follow-up retreat, gonna group up and kill that worker first. As far as a follow-up retreat, you can see where Zealot can run down here and swap spots with the Dragoon really fast to make it out safely, potentially. So Cybernetics Core finished, a Robotics, so no Dragoon and Robotics and a first Zealot getting built. And Jimmy really dropping the ball here because White able to walk right in and scout it all. And a pretty good probe defense initially here from Jimmy, but he's got also a Zealot free out in his base. He was able to dispatch a worker opposite side, but this is a lot of lost mining time. And that's going to be nearly, so, and 2 workers down otherwise. So first Zealot out, a Dragoon built, robotics facility coming out a lot more rapidly. But we have so a few seconds earlier, I don't think that's going to end up with... I don't think that's going to buy him anything is the problem. Pylon a bit to the north, Dragoon starting to march out just in case there was a form of counterattack. You have to be careful doing this. What is this? Jimmy's panicking right here is what I think's happening. I think this is tournament nerves because he's blocked a probe in. You would block a probe in if you were going like mass scout. But I do not think that was what the goal was here. I think this is tournament nerves right here. So we will, yeah, I do believe that is what we're seeing here, unless he was trying to micro a group of observers in a particular way. So observatory out, so 1 gate robo here to start. He is playing it honest from this stage. White, in the meantime, has been able to check the natural expansion. He's staging up for, it looks like, Reaver play himself. Seeing that, that's the thing, seeing that early robotics support bay, usually, or robotics facility, you usually expect fast Reavers, not fast observer. That's usually the payoff is that Reaver comes out a little bit sooner so you can do something with it. Instead, Jimmy investing a lot of resources to get the fast observatory, which gets you information. What is this? This is interesting builds here. So we're seeing the faster I almost feel like this might be a broken replay. We're seeing the faster observer movement for some reason. I do not know what's going. That's got to be a misclick. That's a misclick. That's tournament. This is tournament nerves panic right here. That's the freaking out. He might be able to use this observer to get favorable engagements. Unfortunately, he's down workers. Or I should say he's just down supply, so won't have a lot of shot. He is getting the benefit that White is missing a pylon right this second. But in the meantime, White going for Reaver speed. I think he was presumably looking to counter it opposite side. If this... And unfortunately, it looks going the wrong way around. So checking for everything, not finding anything. Now making his way across. The Reaver and 2 Zealots are making their way, and this is still plenty for White to defend on the front against these troops. Does the Observer, with his speed upgrade, potentially spot... I think he might have managed... No, he did not manage to cancel it. So the Observer, now super fast with that army, so it will be there alongside. Oh, this is disastrous. The Pylon gonna get wiped out. The Observer sees the Observer opposite side. It can at least get some mockery here of like, look how slow you are. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, it is not in position to see this. The Reaver making its way and getting a free drop. White actually down supply, but it doesn't matter because he's just wiped out the worker lines. Oof. So Jimmy, yeah, this is... He'll be back and he'll be better. This is just tournament nerves. This is first tournament playing super nervous style of stuff. And that's oof play, but he'll get better and we'll see him down the line. Zealot gonna get wiped out. Additional Dragoon, also probably a newer player, which I like. So I'm gonna say this. Despite White being a much more experienced player and winning this, cheers to Jimmy for joining the tournament and being a new player and being out in the community. Appreciate that. Because that +1 weapons upgrade, whatever, taught me something where I'm like, I don't think that works, and then check the math and it doesn't work. So he learned some stuff. And hopefully he'll be back. This is how Brood War expands, bit by bit. On the backs of sometimes embarrassing losses at this stage. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.